Now this is question number 4. In the given figure, PQ is parallel to ST, PQR is 110, RST is 130. Find QRS. So how can we do this question? For this, I need to draw a parallel line to PQ as well as to ST. So now you can see we have drawn a parallel line which is parallel to PQ as well as to ST. So we have constructed, I am writing the same thing over here. Draw XY parallel to PQ parallel to ST. Now you can see, let it be 1, let it be 2, and this is 3. This is what we want to find out, this angle QRS. So for that, how can we find it out? We can use two methods over here. One thing is PQ is parallel to XR. Because it is parallel to XY, that means it will be parallel to XR as well. Q and XR are parallel. This means these two angles are co-interior angles. We can find out 1 from here. Similarly, we can find out angle 3 from here. And then we can apply angles on a straight line. We can see angles on a straight line which will give us 180 degree, and from there we can find out the value for 2. Another method, we can find out the value for 1 using co-interior angles, and after then we can simply use 1 plus 2 equals to 130, because 1 plus 2 will give us alternate interior angles. Now you can use any of the method of your choice. So let's start it. PQ parallel to XY, therefore PQ parallel to XR, because XR is a part of XY. Now you can see angle PQR. PQR, that means this angle plus this angle XRQ, or you can say angle 1. This is equals to 180 degree co-interior angles. So now PQR is 110, angle 1 is not being given, 180 as such. So 1 is 180 minus 110, that is angle 1 is equals to 70. So now ST is parallel to XY, therefore this angle XRS, this angle is equals to RST. What they are forming? They are forming alternate interior angles. Now XRS means angle 1 plus angle 2. And RST is given to be 130. Now you can see angle 1 is 70 plus angle 2 we need to find out. Here it is 130. So from here angle 2 is 130 minus 70, which will give us 60 degree. And what is angle 2? Angle 2 is nothing but QRS, which we wanted to find out. So this is the final answer. Now this is question number 5. If AB parallel to CD and APQ, this angle is given to be 50 and PRD is given to be 127, find the value for X and Y. So how can we find it out? You have to mention given to prove, and then you have to start solving. Given AB parallel to CD, APQ is 50, PRD is 127. To find is X and Y. So how do we solve? How to solve it? AB is parallel to CD. This is being given. Now if it is parallel, so you can see APQ and PQR. Angle APQ and PQR, they are alternate interior angles. Now APQ is given to be 50 and PQR is X. So first thing, X is equals to 50. One of the value we got. This is one answer. Next we want to find out Y. So you can see this angle and this angle, they are alternate interior angles. So therefore again AB is parallel to CD. Therefore see APR and PRD, they are alternate interior angles. So APR is 50 plus Y is equals to PRD 127. So Y is 127 minus 50, which is equals to 77. So both values we got. Question number 6, the last question of this exercise. PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. PQ and RS, you can see they are placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ. AB strikes the mirror PQ at point B. The reflected ray moves along the path BC. Same ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at point C and again reflects back CD. So we need to prove that AB is parallel to CD. If I have to prove AB parallel to CD, what I can do, I can prove this angle to be equal to this angle. They will form alternate interior angles and hence we can prove them to be parallel. For that I need to draw perpendiculars over here. Let it be BM perpendicular upon PQ and CN perpendicular upon RS. So we have drawn two perpendiculars on the parallel lines, so obviously these two lines will be parallel as well. We have been given PQ is parallel to RS and we need to prove that AB is parallel to CD, and we have constructed, draw BM is perpendicular upon PQ and NC is perpendicular upon RS. So now because these two perpendiculars are on parallel lines, so these will be parallel. BM will be parallel to CN. Now we need to prove this two angles are equal. One more thing, 1 will be equals to 2 by the law of reflection, and here also 3 will be equals to 4 by the law of reflection. So by law of reflection, angle 1 is equals to angle 2 and angle 3 is equals to angle 4. So now that BM is parallel to CN, therefore angle 2 will be equals to angle 3, alternate interior angles. As BM is parallel to CN, therefore BM is parallel to CN, therefore angle 2 will be equals to angle 3. Alternate interior angles. I am taking the twice of both the angles. Why I am taking twice? Because I want to write it down 1 plus 2. As I know that these two angles are equal, if I make twice of it, it will be considered to be 1 plus 2. You can write it 2 plus 2 and then you can write down 1 plus 2. So as BM is parallel to CN, therefore angle 2 is equal to angle 3. This is what I have written over here. I am going to twice these two angles. Why I am doing twice? Because I want to write it down 2 plus 2 and I want to write it down 3 plus 3. And we know that angle 2 is equal to angle 1, whereas angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So instead of writing 2 here, I am writing angle 1, this 2 as such, 3 as such, or instead of writing 3, I am writing angle 4. Because 1 is equals to 2 by the law of reflection and 3 is equals to 4 by the law of reflection. So I have written 1 to be 2 to be 1 and 3 to be 4. Now 1 plus 2 gives A, B, C, and 3 plus 4 gives angle BCD. ABC and BCD. So what are they forming? They are forming alternate interior. Also they are alternate interior angles. Therefore the lines will be parallel. They are forming in between AB and CD. So lines AB and CD will be parallel. And this is what we wanted to prove.